I was having a terrible dream. I dreamt that we were laying here in bed and there were loads of people sitting watching us. Oh!
Get up, Miss Innkeeper, and see who it is.
Oh, just someone else wanting a room. We are nearly full now.
Now, are you sure you've enough food for everybody?
For goodness sake, how much food do we need? We've got pasta and pizza, plums and pineapples, potatoes and panini.
Yes, that should do. What about the wine? We mustn't run out of wine.
There's plenty of wine. We've got Cabernet and Shiraz, Chardonnay and Cheap Plonk.
What about bread? Did you bake enough bread for the weekend?
Weekend? Yes! We've got white bread, brown bread, wholemeal, whole wheat, kibbled wheat and cracked wheat, multigrain and no grain. That's Tesco's home brand.
There must be something you've forgotten. What about the sheets?
All washed,
The beds?
all made.
The dusting?
Ah, that was your job.
Do you mean that was my job?
Well, you're the one with the duster on your head.
I'll dust you if you're not careful. What about oil for the lamps?
Oil? Why do we need oil for the lamps?
Because electricity hasn't been discovered yet, silly.
Oh, well, look, maybe we should check the room allocations.
Okay. Where have you put the Croppenbergs?
In the penthouse suite.
The Goldbergs?
Then in the bridal suite.
The Icebergs?
In the freezer.
Well, don't just lie there. Go and see who it is.
All right. I fell over the cat.
Well, you should have looked where you were going. Who was at the door? I hope that's not what I thought it was.
It's a Mr. and Mrs. Croft. I said they could sleep in the loft.
Not again.
Oh, no.
Well, what did you do this time?
Oh, I hit my head on a beam trying to step over that cat.
And who was at the door?
Well, it was a Mr. and Mrs. Weller. I said that they could sleep in the cellar.
I really don't believe this. Well, what did you do this time?
Well, would you believe it? I slipped down the stairs as I tried to step over the cat and duck under the beam. Oh, my bottom is sore.
And who was at the door?
It was a Mr. and Mrs. Roylott. And I said,
whoever it is, the answer is no.
dear, dear.
Well, did you tell them that there's no room left at this inn?
Well, you see, it wasn't that easy. The poor girl is about to have a baby. They've been travelling all day, and she's got a bump as big as a camel.
I don't care how big her bump is. Where are we going to put them?
It's all right. I told them all we had left was the stable, and they were quite happy. They said that they would stay there with the animals.
I just hope, for your sake, that this baby is worth it. Good night.
Good night, my dear.